Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nativerse. My name is Nativ and this is Nativ Cafri Music, where I react to modern music from all time, from the 20th century onwards, to discover new artists and new music that I'm not familiar with, to analyze it, to react to it, and to have fun together with you guys. Today I'm going to do my first ever reaction to Michael Jackson. Now, of course, I am a millennial. I've been living side by side with some of the Michael Jackson story along the years. I know background stories that has to do with Michael. I remember Michael in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. But there are a lot of videos and a lot of exploration and facts that I don't really know. And this is what I'm going to start doing, going down this Michael Jackson rabbit hole. Michael Jackson, to me, is one of the greatest performers of all time. There is a debate, I think, very big debate. Some would say that Freddie Mercury is the greatest. Some would advocate for Michael, but it's kind of like LeBron MJ kind of. Some people would rather have Kobe. Some people would never leave Michael Jordan. You know, everybody has their own favorite. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to be reacting first time ever to the clip of Man in the Mirror. Now, Man in the Mirror is a song that I never used to put on my CD and listen to. I have the CD history, so obviously I know some of the hits and I know some of the newer songs that were released in this album. But Man in the Mirror, I know a little bit of the chorus. It's not really familiar to me. So I've never really watched the clip. This is very new to me. Yeah, it has 196 million views. And it seems that it's from 1987, which puts it in the Bad album, right? So, all right, guys, without further ado, we're going to move to today's reaction. Alright guys, check out Michael Jackson's channel because I never do a replacement to the original. This is about reacting, having fun together with you, giving you my own personal, authentic opinion about each and every song, each and every clip with you. And I want to take the opportunity to ask you to subscribe to my channel. It's very important to me. It helps content creators like me that you subscribe, give me thumbs up, and let me know what you want me to react to. You know, we are very close to reaching 500 subscribers. When I do, I'm going to take 3 random requests from you and give it a priority request, which means I'm going to do the exact clip that you're suggesting. So let me know in the comments what you like me to react to. And guys, yeah, let's go. I've never heard this opening. I don't remember it.
Gonna make a change for once in my life.
Wow. Look at those poor people.
It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
Martin Luther King.
Turn up the collarbone, my favorite winter coat. This wind.
You know what? I don't even recognize the rhythm. You know, in the patterns of Michael Jackson, there is always this little, thing with the drums that you recognize it immediately. You know, for example, tum 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 ta. You know that it's tum 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 tum. You know, so you know when a song is coming. I don't recognize this rhythmical pattern at all. The sound of the drums. I was really, really affected by the start. You know, I love the little organ there, the 80s organ, obviously. And then those people here. Let's start from the top. I mean, look at those images. And then he shows Martin Luther King, which contacts it all together. Is this the famine in Ethiopia?
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Wow.
It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
Interesting if this had anything to do. Interesting if this had anything to do with donations.
Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collarbone, my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, but not enough
the projection
to
of
eat.
drums
Who am
in
I
his
to be
songs,
blind,
just
pretending
insane.
not to see their need?
Wow.
I saw us disregard
really hard images.
a broken bottle top, and
So I wonder, he's talking about to make a difference. Is this the lyrics of the song to change stuff up, to be aware? Is there a campaign behind this? Did he do some sort of raising money? Did he do a show to raise donations for these people? So I'm just wondering, because he says, once in my life, I'm going to take action and actually do something.
one and so
I don't know if this is about motivation or
each other
something
all
real.
knowing, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's the one I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim.
First of all, I want to talk about his vocal abilities because, I mean, obviously it's a very serious theme and I'm going to refer to it later on. We see so many different images. We saw AH, we saw him before, so that was a contrast. You can really hear a lot of different vocal characteristics here. First of all, one of them, I don't think that I've heard before. When he said the na-na-na, he just acted differently than the vocals that I know for him. It's like specific, a little bit nasal kind of vocals, but he has this ability to reach the top of his voice. The default is a little bit of a screechy voice, you know, with a little bit of raspiness. It's hard for me to really define it the best way in English. It's just raspiness and screechiness. So that's his default, but then he knows also how to flatten it, and he pulls back to the back of the throat, the back of the vocal area, and he leans on it, and then it goes out a little bit more clean, with effort, but clean, especially when it's higher vocals, you know. I'm thinking in a minute. He just leans back, and then he's able to open up his vocal. Of course, I don't perform it nearly as good as he did, but you can really hear it here.
I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been.
All right, when he says no, you really, oh my God, I stopped in the wrong place. But when he says no, you hear his default, his more screechy voice, more, could say, raspiness, and you can hear those two different vocals really be heard together. And then there's also a little bit of falsetto when he opens up an air, right? Change his world. There's a little bit of falsetto there. So it's really interesting to hear the characteristics. And then you have the way that he does background vocals, which is completely different technique. It's more like open, and it sounds a little bit sort of like an instrument, you know, so you can hear it later on when it goes together. Here.
A better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
You could hear it right here. When he said change, there's a little bit of more hollowness. Like the voice is more hollow, and then it sounds completely different, like with a different complexion, right? And a different tone. Change. And it's more full when he goes to higher vocals on the back of his throat, as I said before. And then there is the screechiness, which reaches more the front and the middle part, right? You know, there is this. All right, well, anyway, let's continue. Hope you liked my analysis. Like here, this is a new characteristic. The na-na-na-na-na-na. I've never heard this before.
It's time that I realize there was someone home, not a nickel to love. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? Oh, well, oh, deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the.
I need to read the lyrics sometime because it's really hard to understand from the first time what he sings about exactly. I can understand the man in the mirror is like you're looking at yourself, or there are maybe two different aspects of yourself. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the lyrics and what do you think they represent, what this video represents for you. And what do you think about different characteristics of Michael Jackson? I think this is really, it's a little bit Billy Joe-esque kind of thing, that he has all these kind of different characters, which, for example, for Freddie Mercury, for example, he doesn't represent at all. I mean, he did use his voice in different ways, but it's not that he's really creating different, like, personalities through that. Or maybe he did, I don't know. I've never thought of that for Freddie.
When you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
And the reason that we hear, oh my God, what an explosion. This is a really cool song. I've never really thought about the movement of this song because I'm not used to hearing this kind of, it's a little bit different than a lot of his hits, you know. A lot of his hits are like moving a little bit faster and have a more distinct kind of theme. So it's very addictive, sort of. This is more like a little bit of a different thing that makes you think. And I guess that this is the make you think kind of song that belongs to the Bad album, because of course after that in 1991 you have Heal the World, and before that you have We Are the World that he participated in writing. He didn't write it on his own, but he participated in writing. And then you have the Earth song in 1995, you know. So there is always like this, let's be better, let's change the world, let's reflect on stuff kind of song in each and every one of his main modern albums. So the rhythm sounds a lot more distinct to me now, and I think that I'm going to start listening to this song more, really because of the vocal characteristics. The way that I hear it now sounds a little bit different. That's less of a song that was appealing to me, but it sounds more interesting now. And there is also another technique that I didn't talk about before. When he says, to change my ways, there's some kind of stretch in the vocal cords that enables you to make it actually fuller, but also more gentle. Let's hear this part again, even though I think it's going to repeat the chorus here. But let's hear this again.
That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
You see, he leans on the back, but he can also like sort of cry it, you know, change his way. The fact that he pulls it makes it more agile. The vocals aren't that strict. The vocal cords aren't really like staying in one place and have to hold it. He can really make it a little bit softer and more emotional, I guess.
And
one more thing.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
Here I said that there is more this hollow kind of accompaniment vocals, but there is also this screechiness. The reason is that he's singing the solo part together with the background vocals. It sounds together and it's really interesting. Let's hear just this line again. Here.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change.
You know, if you want to make the world a better place, and together with the world a better place. I'm not a Michael Jackson impersonator whatsoever, all right? Just showing you the different techniques and emphasizing them in order for you to hear it, guys.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make that change. I'm starting with the man.
Here you could hear in the second chorus there, and it's interesting that it comes as a third time. That's very interesting, just one tone above. He leveled it up one tone above, and he has this ability. He's really like able to stretch the top of his voice to really, really do things that most vocalists will find it very, very hard. So basically, in the second time, you could already hear that there is a female singer singing together with him. Let's hear this again. This line here, and then you know it for sure because the chorus comes in with all the female singers, and then you know that he's singing with female singers.
And no message could have been any clearer.
You hear there are two different main vocals here. Here it was the second vocal, right? To change his way. It's a female singer singing together with him, and it makes it even a little bit more kind of gentle and adds a different color to it, to this chorus. Let's hear it again. Very interesting. She sings together with him. Then it goes a tone up. He goes back to his default vocals. So the female singers in the third chorus, they want to make the world a better place. It wasn't Michael Jackson, it was the female singers, and here it's Michael Jackson again. So there is the difference of colors between the... When you listen to the song, I don't have to repeat it all the way for you guys to understand me. You already know the song, a lot of you, right? This looks like Free Willy, kind of. And then it goes back to being Michael Jackson, so we changed the color. It's really great production, I love it. I think that what I like less is the kind of normal kind of vocals that he does in this album, with all the... yeah, woo, and stuff like that. And he repeats it a lot, and it sounds a little bit, for me, less connected to this song. But I don't know. All right. If I paused a lot because I had a lot to say, all right, you can listen to the original or pass on some of the things that I'm saying. Like, you control the video, guys. So, all right, let's keep on going.
It's gonna feel real good. Some more change. Just live yourself. You know, you got to
this part I like.
yourself. Make that change. I gotta make that change today. You got to.
All right, this here I like because it's more like improvisational. And then before that, there was this part that I connected to a little bit less. Let's try to hear it from here, and I will tell you what I mean, guys. And again, no disrespect, like I'm telling you my own opinion. The repetitiveness here, in order to change like the chorus, the main, and I just think it's too much for this song, This song is a little bit more clean kind of, and he uses techniques from different songs, for example, Bad, that it worked really, really well. And for me, maybe this was a little bit of less being my choice. But it feels like this for me now. And now this transitional part I like, more improvisational.
It's gonna feel real good. Some more change. Just live yourself. You know, you got to stop it yourself. Yeah.
I mean, his first liners are killers, He just hits it right on the money, It's like I remember somebody saying about Freddie Mercury that he shoots his line like bullets, and that's why what makes him such a great vocalist. But Michael Jackson, I mean, he delivers the same kind of machine gun delivery. And no, you got to do that. Every line is so right on the money. And that's high vocals. That's really, really high vocals. Incredible, incredible performances. That's cute. That was Michael Jackson with some kids, right? Alright, I really, really didn't like that little synthesizer in the end. Like the saw, whatever it was. I understand that this was the 80s and you had to have some kind of saw, right? Somewhere in the album. Maybe it's better when it's not on headphones. So yeah, guys, I think that this is reminiscent of like many different things. Yeah, so there are a lot of different parts here that reminiscent from other songs. Like you can hear a little bit of the elements of Bad. You can hear different vocals that he used in the Thriller album. You know, he really, really knows how to use his vocals because he's a vocal genius. I connected to parts of this song. I think that it could have been edited a little bit better. Maybe you can take off one chorus and then jump to the other part and do some sort of like cooler edit. I don't know what is the need to repeat the chorus so many times. Like We Are the World, it works great, but maybe this is one of the reasons that you can't always listen to the song, you know? Or Heal the World, I don't know how many times the chorus repeats there. I don't know if this is like a gospel thing. Does this come from a gospel tradition? But for me, a chorus is like once or twice. There is also something I don't like in Metallica, for example. All right? They have so close, don't matter how far, and so on and so forth. And this is a verse, it's not a chorus. But it returns a third time at the end of the song. And for me, it's like, I mean, you already sang it twice. Why do we need it a third time? Write new lyrics. So I don't understand the over-repetitiveness of choruses. Maybe this was a thing for some of the producers in the 80s. They just wanted it to repeat so many times so it will be more interesting, or you will be addicted to it or whatever. Maybe it was a thing of the 80s. I really need to explore it more, but it's a really, really broad theme in Michael Jackson songs. And there are times that it's great and you don't really feel it, possibly in Heal the World. But even then, I mean, it could have been just a little bit shorter, or maybe to write something else like another C part or another solo, some sort of a break, something that will break the lyrics from repeating so many times. I don't know the notion of why it happened so much. And you know where it goes really, really great? In the Earth song. And I will speak about it when I do an analysis to the Earth song because I really want to do it sometime. And yeah, guys, I mean, this song sounds better in most ways. It's just that there was this little part that sounded too much to me, and then there's the little saw in the end that something like this can ruin a song for somebody. I don't know if it ruins it for me because, I mean, it's just the little saw in the end. It could have been without it. And again, maybe there is some sort of edit that could be done to this song to make it just a little bit more palatable to some ears. Anyway, it has greatness. It has a special theme. It has a lot of vocal characteristics. I love the different JFK kind of references and the historical references. You also saw Martin Luther King. You saw different people suffering and famine and stuff like that. It's very important to bring forward awareness, you know. I also wonder whether there was a campaign around this song. Did he raise funds with this song or with this album? Maybe part of the income money got to funds. Even if he didn't do it in this specific song, I know that he did it in other ways, and it makes Michael Jackson to be even a more interesting person. Now, I just wanted to say one thing, that I'm not going to speak about Michael Jackson, the person here. I thought about it a lot and I decided to avoid from doing that. I just want to explore the artist here. I'm not going to speak about allegations or what some people think or other people think. I'm not going to take side on my reactions. I may speak on this in a different forum, in a different time, on a different platform. I don't know. But here on my reactions, what I want to do is really react to music, to artists. This is the perspective that I'm going to keep to Michael Jackson. I'm going to try to give him my best authentic kind of reaction each time, especially for songs that I know less. I'm going to do more Michael Jackson. Let me know in the suggestions what you want me to react to. And remember, when I reach to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do 3 priority requests. If you want your priority request done right now and you don't want to wait, you can do it via my Ko-Fi. There is a link in the description for each and every one of my videos on this channel. And it's just a $10 donation that you support what I do, and I'd really appreciate it. And then you can have your priority request. It's a video up to 8 minutes. So let me know what you want me to react to for a priority request. And other than that, thank you for being with me on this one, guys. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It's very interesting, very kind of reflective. I will see you in the next one, guys.